There are thousands of comic book characters that could star in fascinating video games, but for these 10 superheroes, the time feels right to reboot their interactive careers. We're looking for that perfect mix of popularity and gameplay innovation. Are they relevant enough to be famous again, and can their powers create a truly unique experience? This isn't a list of the games these heroes need. They're the games these heroes deserve. Anyone that's played Iron Man 1 or 2 on either PS3 or Xbox 360 can tell you that Tony Stark hasn't had the best track record when it comes to games. Sure, he's been playable in other more reputable titles, but one of the most prominent Marvel heroes in recent memory needs more. Our ideal game would be a cross between Ace Combat and Armored Core, taking the scrappy dogfighting from the former and the customization and weaponry from the latter. Imagine being able to unlock and equip all sorts of powerful guns and missiles for your own personalized version of Iron Man. Throw in some Tony Stark charm, and you've got a potentially incredible game.
Okay, Jensen, I'm heading your way.
Spawn has appeared in a hellish amount of mediocre games over the years. His greatest interactive interpretation doesn't come from one of his own games, but as a guest star in Soul Calibur 2. Spawn's demonic abilities, connection with otherworldly demons, and tragic backstory make him a prime candidate for a brutal action game in the vein of Devil May Cry, God of War, or Metal Gear Rising. One minute you're clearing thugs from back alleyways, the next you're dodging pillars of flame in the lowest parts of the underworld. Beginning the story as Al Simmons before he turns into Spawn would help us care about this character most gaming fans aren't that familiar with. Matt Murdock may be blind, but he's far from helpless. He is the man without fear. Our eyebrows perk up at the thought of a gritty, hard-hitting romp through the worst streets of Hell's Kitchen and beyond, refining our abilities and feeling our failures. Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis system could easily be applied to a mob-like hierarchy. Daredevil would have to tackle enemies with precision and bravery, and nostalgic allies could be called upon for their assist against bosses. Games like Beyond Eyes make us wonder what updated systems could simulate a blind person's journey through a seeing person's world, especially when that person likes to crack skulls.
Now why don't you give me a real challenge?
Video games have been cursed by vampires again and again, so Blade should feel right at home in a modern, third-person hack-and-slash action-adventure. The character is also due for a makeover. Blade's appearance in other games and his own titles have been passable, but the Wesley Snipes era is behind us. Action games can be mature and dark, but still fun. How about something between Ninja Gaiden and Dead Rising, but better than Yaiba? Shooting sections during the day and hunting sections at night. You could pick vampires out of a big crowd and dispatch them quietly. Or you could blow out nests of undead with heavy firepower. Gambit has been featured in a good number of games, but of all the X-Men we've assumed control of, we feel he's the most worthy of helming his own AAA. His ability to charge objects with explosive force could apply to anything in the environment he could get his hands on, when he doesn't need to rely on his playing cards, of course. Here's one possible scenario. Gambit's leading a poker tournament on a riverboat sailing through the marshy bayous of New Orleans, when the ship is attacked and sunk, and Gambit's framed. As other X-Men step into the story, Gambit doesn't know who to trust, flying solo through the rain-slicked streets of the Big Easy, battling vicious crocodiles, and clearing his name.
Athena, guide me!
In video games, Wonder Woman has always played second fiddle. She's been featured in numerous games, but has never had the honor of being a star. The Amazon princess deserves far better. Just think of a high-budget action game where you're wrangling villains with a lasso of truth and deflecting bullets with her indestructible bracelets. Since most games involve either swinging swords or shooting guns, Wonder Woman's unique arsenal would certainly stand out. Plus, she's an excellent female character. She's strong and stoic, yet still capable of compassion. It's time that Diana got her day in the sun. You think Batman can get around Gotham City fast? Now that he's once again a TV star and the Justice League is heading to the big screen, the door is wide open for the Scarlet Speedster to make us rethink the superhero open-world game. The Flash is at his best when he's forced to use his powers in clever ways, so you shouldn't be able to just zip your way around each encounter. You could choose to slow down time and dodge seemingly unblockable attacks, or speed up time and zigzag through the streets like lightning. We'd love to rip holes through all of the DC universes, confidently foiling the plans of DC's most villainous. We feel the need for speed, and Flash could deliver.
Catch me if you can.
The Silver Surfer has had a strange career. Despite his relative popularity, he's never starred in his own comic series for very long. There was a weird animated series once, and his only solo video game was a shabby NES disaster. The truth is, we all enjoy the Silver Surfer when he's working for Galactus, and that's our dream game. You're a chrome badass with a surfboard that allows you to travel at the speed of light, coasting to universes in search of planets for Galactus to consume. Make it a fusion of No Man's Sky and SSX that leads to a climactic showdown of those weak sauce goofballs known as the Fantastic Four, and you can take our pre-orders right now. DREDD's last movie has driven our desire for a DREDD game to new heights. The dystopian Cursed Earth is an incredible setting to explore a vast, mysterious open world. Mega City 1 is a neon-lit metropolis filled with gangs, future tech, and explosive car chases, while the isolated wasteland harbors strange enemies and hidden traps. Housing complexes like the one from the recent film could provide a more intimate setting for close-quarter takedowns and boss judgments. DREDD's gun, the Lawgiver, has multiple ammo types like hotshot and stun rounds, making each encounter unique. And how you choose to end each case could make your standing with the police rise and fall. Lex Luthor has said some mean things about Superman. Brainiac and Darkseid have nearly killed him a few times. But nothing has disrespected Superman more than video games. We've had fun times in Metropolis on occasion, but no game on its own merits has ever done the last Son of Krypton justice. There's so much you could explore. The duality of being Superman and Clark Kent, his relationships with specific characters that could roam around the city in real time, and the loss of having the city turn against you if you consistently fail or go bizarro in the population. Give us land, air, sea, and space battles on a scale no single character has ever seen before. Rocksteady, we've been the Batman. Now we want to be the Man of Steel. Don't miss the latest chapter of our fantastical D&D journey called Tabletop Adventures. And amidst the storm of criticism, we defend the Batmobile in Arkham Knight on another episode of Just Played. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another GT Countdown.